Well, so the conclusion of that matter, because in the other video I held a sum of money, you know. I just took away my top now because it's just too hot. We're just entering into summer. The conclusion of the matter is that, you know, it's a lesson for the black race, especially sub-Saharan Africa, where it looks like, in fact, generally Africa as a whole, where it looks like fathers don't have regard for their children. You know, it's important because fathers must understand that their children are their extension. There are two things you leave behind in this earth when you die. The most important things, there are two of them. One is the God you know for yourself, and the other is your children, because your children are your extension. When you leave them here. That's why it's important to a man to have children. This is one of the reasons, especially children that will carry on his name and his legacies too. That's why. That's one of the reasons, not all of the reasons, but one of the major reasons why. So, you know, I'm saying all that to say this. It's your wife, even if you have more than one wife, maybe because at the time you had them, you did not, maybe you didn't know God. That's understandable. But the most, even if just is just one wife you have, it's understandable. But the most important thing is this: your wife does not carry on your name. Both of you are one, fine. But don't forget, if you die, she has the right anywhere in the world to continue with another man. And when she does, she got the right to do so. If she does, nobody continues your extension for you. Your children are the continuation of your extension. So most men must have to understand this. Otherwise, at the end of the day, the black race will just keep running in circles, and they won't understand why they are not making progress. They won't understand why they are not, doing well. This is one of the reasons. At the end of the day, they become inhumane to their own kind. So don't let any woman whatsoever. I don't think it makes sense if you don't invest in your children. Don't let any woman tell you that children don't matter. They do, because children are not dumb. They are not stupid. If you abandon them, one day they will abandon you too. Because where are you going to get the connection from? From where? There has to be a link. There has to be a connection. So, very importantly, I'm saying all that to explain that the black race should stop being wicked to itself due to competition. Just because this is common among black people, especially those in Africa. They feel that if another man is prospering, is prospering, is moving forward, they automatically feel that they are failing. So if they are all in the same level, and all of a sudden one amongst them rises up and is making some level of progress, they start feeling in themselves like they are beginning to fail. They don't know that everybody runs his own race. They don't think like that. The black man don't think like that. He just thinks that automatically this man's progress means I'm failing. And he starts attacking that man. He attacks him verbally, attacks him sometimes even diabolically. He runs him down. If somebody comes and says, you see that man, he's bought a new car. Say, forget all these Yahoo boys. See, that's how he thinks. All these 419 boys. He thinks like that. He doesn't even know the boy's source of income. When the boy was going to the school, going to the university, stressing himself, starving just to get a degree, he was there. He did not call him Yahoo boy. But now The guy is out of school. Somehow, his star is shining. He's beginning to get small thing coming. He's now a Yahoo boy. So it may be any language. He's now a thief. He's now a fraud. He's now this. He's now that. They will just create something from nowhere and tag the young man or the young lady. Say she's prostituting. They just believe that this person's progress means they are failing. So they must bring him down. So that is the disease of the black man. And that is why, like I said in the attachment video, or the videos attached to this one, just about 6% of the black population here in the US earn over $100,000 per annum. Just about 6%. And that's mixed, like all blacks. I mean, both American, black, that's African American, I mean. Those of purely African descent. What I mean is immigrant black communities who came here, settled over time, put together 6%. But the statistics say nearly half of the Jewish population, because these people have a corporate thinking. The Jews will come together and create shops in their vicinities. Only Jews, that is, Jews patronize only Jewish products. You don't see a Jew going to buy a Hispanic made goods. No. He's going to buy his own product. If he runs an industry, maybe a manufacturing industry, he's going to get supplies from other Jewish manufacturers. That money must circulate within the Jewish community. It's not going to go out for you. It's going to circulate only within them. That's how they make corporate wealth. But the black man doesn't think like that. He's very individualistic. The black man thinks just one way. I make it, others are down. I'm up, so I'm bigger than them. Finish. He don't care. So that's why you see, at the end of the day, it's a vicious circle. You now notice the only one man is rich. Everybody tries to get from him. Before long, you tear him down. Everybody is at the same level. Then the cycle begins again. They wait for the next man to rise. He rises. Everybody looks up to him. You drag him down, and then everybody's at the same level again. And then when you're at the same level, that's it. A vicious cycle. But other communities are creating wealth because of corporate thinking. And then even if you want to do corporate thinking, a black man can't even trust his fellow black man, because at the end of the day, what's going to happen? 5 people come together, put formidable business on ground. Amongst them, one is thinking how he's going to kick other 4 or 5 out, and he alone owns everything. He starts bringing sense, what they call sense. He starts, doing everything in the books to make sure that he kicks out others. You see? So where is the progress going to come from? So I say I'm just saying all this because from what I've noticed, the gap is just so wide. The gap is so wide. The gap is so wide. The black race is just crying foul, just shouting. At the bottom line, when you're losing, you keep shouting, they are marginalizing me. But there are still a few, very wealthy ones who have taken advantage of, what is on ground and build something good for themselves. So I think black men should stop, the black race, especially the African tribes, stop fighting one another. If you must compete with yourself by outdoing your past. If you achieved this in the past, tell yourself you're going to now do better than what you did before. That's how to compete with yourself. Don't compete with the next man. Go and look at the politicians in Nigeria. Go see what's going on there. In one state, I can pick states for you. In one state, look at Ekiti State, for instance. 2 men are fighting for power for the last God knows how many, maybe 8 years, maybe more. Because of what? Superiority complex. I'm more superior than you. I take power, you take it from me, I take it back from you. That's the kind of mentality. And everybody is following that trend. Nobody is questioning it. Nobody is saying, no. Life doesn't start and end with 2 of you. Let the man who has a better, a better program for the people take power. Nobody thinks like that. So you're either falling here or you're falling there. That's a state that boasts of the highest number of professors in the country. So you ask yourself, where is all the learning that these people are learning? What are they teaching us, the younger generation? What do they want us to learn? Going to school now has become pure formality. They don't apply it to life. Go to England. If the government wants to carry out a research, they go to universities. The last one of my cousins in the university, he finished from the University of Westminster. They did a project for the government. So the government uses their research to build society. How many Nigerian universities can do research good enough for the government to follow? Yes, they can, but why would they be bothered when there's money to be made in politics? They wouldn't be bothered. It's no more for nation building. It's now for get what you can get, can all you can, and sit on your can. So that is what Africa has become. Look at another state. Look at Rivers State, for instance. I'm just using Nigeria as a microcosm. I could call other countries, which I may. Look at Rivers State. Two men are fighting over power, and the entire youth population are either on this side or on this side. Nobody's thinking differently. Nobody's thinking differently. Nobody's seeing the fact that there is insecurity everywhere there. People are kidnapped on the road, just like that. And then it has become big business. It means almost nothing. I don't want to mention cases. You hear of some cases of people and the truth is, once you're held like that, you're in the hands of God, in quotes. Who wants to come and help you? You dare kidnap an American citizen anywhere in the world, the entire forces, the entire might of the United States of America will come after that man. He is the citizen of this country. They will come after him. They must get him. If it means the entire military apparatchik put together, they will come and they must find that man. Let him be in any jungle, they must trace him and get him. But look at the country some of us, originally hail from. I feel for my country. I love my country. Nigeria is my country. And every day, God knows, in my heart, I think of what I can do for my country. The reason I'm doing these videos is because I'm worried about the state of my country and of the black man too. The black race, I mean. So, I can go on and on. I can go all the way. I can go all the way and give examples. Look at Zimbabwe. Power has just been between one man and his family. And anybody who wants to think differently, they want to collapse that person immediately. Crumble him. Crush the person. At the end of the day, he has still lost the power because ultimately power belongs to God. And he will give it to whomsoever he wills. He has finally lost the power. You don't even know what next those in power, will do for that country, what they have in mind for that country. Let's pray it goes down well. Look at the case of Kenya the other day. The Rainbow Coalition came together to make sure they got power from Daniel Arap Moi. They did, and the same man who took power over time also became a lunatic with power. Under his nose, people rose up and tribes were killing each other because of political power. They were killing each other under his nose. One tribe rose against another. Well, we're a superior tribe, but started killing each other. The same thing he criticized, that same thing he criticized is what he started doing too. So I think it's time for the black race to sit down and really ask themselves, how long is this going to continue? Because another generation is coming. Don't forget, our generation have started having children. That means another fresh generation is coming. Is this what they want to come and meet? Is this what they want to come and meet? In the previous video, that's attached to this, I had in my hand $700. That money is going to go down the toilet. I'm going to flush it down the toilet. I'm talking literally now. Sorry, not literally, figuratively. But what I mean is, I'm going to give that money to a landlord who's not going to say thanks to me, and that's gone for the month. I have to start looking for another one for the next month, and I dare not delaying the payment. But I've got a dad who's got a 7-bedroom house in this same city. But he has allowed a woman influence his heart. He will not see any one of us around there. You know how many people I will have helped with that money. You know how many people. And by the grace of God, I'm not boasting. That's my nature. With the little of God, I make sure I spread it. Look at Nigeria is in a recession at the moment. So as much help you can give, you give. Life is not just all about you. It's not about me. It's not all about me, myself, and I. To an extent, it's about us. I mean, you have to care for yourself, no doubt, but you have to still help. Can't shut your ears to the cry of people. So all that money goes down the drain because of one man's wickedness to another man. Just to see that people work and suffer and put the money in the hands of others. And not that we're paying our dad. Imagine in our own house, we're paying our dad on a monthly basis. Yet that woman wasn't satisfied. She made sure that the man chased all of them out, and she has a sister, her sister's child, and other of her relatives are there, the same house. And because they know that the system here is there's a way the system here is. The American laws are just somehow ridiculous. You know, if there's a way you go about it, they'll make issues out of it, and it could tarnish your rep. It could tarnish one or two things with you which you don't want to happen. So it's better you just move in peace. Well, I know that at the end of the day, they will run, but they won't run very far, except God is not on the throne. But that being said, please, the black race should learn to carry itself along. Try and help. I'm not saying you must carry everybody along. You can't. But do the best you can for others. Don't shut your ears to others. I know some of you may have had experiences. You must have helped people in the past, and when things weren't too good for you, that was it. You were just nobody where they were. They forgot those days when you helped. But that notwithstanding, still help. Because you're not doing it as if you're doing it for man. You're doing it because there's God. And at the end of the day, He's the one who rewards. When you are faithful with the little one you're giving, one day He make you a master of many. That's how it works. So thanks for listening, and God bless you. My name is Ovie. Thank you. Bye.